sage.
It says what now?
Grandfather sage.
Mm-hmm.
And native or indigenous people usually use the sage to cleanse. So this is new shawls, and mother and daughter. And my daughter cleansed mine first, and then I took it and cleansed her. Not only her new shawl, but her whole being.
Our next speaker is from Vallejo. Most of you guys know her. She's an awesome woman. I'm so glad that she came out here, and it's an honor for us to see her. So if she can come out, Marge, she's going to share with us.
Machixus. My name is Sister Who Walks with Bears from the nation of Miwok here in California. My colonized name is Marge Grow-Eppard. I'm here in Stockton right now with Sister Sylvia Flores at the event that is, she's trying to start a facility for opioid and drug addiction awareness. Gloria and I have just lost a nephew to heroin. He was on his way to turn himself in. There was a bed ready for him at a rehab, and he went up to our res to say goodbye to everybody and took one last hit and had an immediate overdose and ran into a tree. We did not know heroin was rampant on the reservations, but we're even hearing about it at Tuolumne, where everybody is addicted to heroin. And we thought alcohol was the worst that could happen to us. But as we're finding out, it's the alcohol, it's the drugs, it's the domestic violence, and it coincides with the missing and murdered. And my skirt carries names of some of the missing and murdered. And we also have a teepee, that's a red teepee that travels all over California, and loved ones dip their hands in white paint and then puts it on the teepee and the name of their missing and murdered and the date. My best friend's daughter went to a party, first time ever having fentanyl, killed her instantly. These are atrocities that are happening to our people, not just the genocide of the abuse and missing and murdered, but now we're dealing with not just alcohol, but now the drugs are affecting us also. It's stunting us as Native people, as sacred life givers. And as sacred life givers, we are standing up as sober women and saying, you're not taking one more of us. We're protecting our next 7 generations from these atrocities and this next genocide that's coming. That's why these buildings are so important to have for our people, because a lot of us feel shame that alcohol and those drugs is not our way. That's not our medicine. We shouldn't abuse it. This here is an altar. What we're putting into this altar is what defines our spirit of being upset, grieving, because we ingest everything as Native people because we're part of this land. So when we begin to understand who we are and where our land is, and learning, even if it's hello in your language, the trees open up and say, I remembered that word. Welcome back. Land welcomes you back. Even if you're on asphalt, we're probably standing on Native bones now. I've had some people say, I'm glad they put asphalt over the bones. That takes that colonizer away from digging our bones out and putting it in museums. And I thought, that's kind of true. But we need to get our bones back and do that ceremony. Everything is a ceremony. I can't stress that enough. From the time you wake up, I often joke with people that they say, how do you battle the enemy, Marge? You've gone through so much. You barely lived. That enemy attacks you. What do you do? And I say, I'm prayed up, man. I got my medicines all around me. And as soon as my feet hit that floor, those enemies are scattering, saying, oh my God, she's up. So this is a bear paw because I come from the bear clan of Yosemite, Tuolumne, Calaveras County, bear dancer, one of the women California bear dancers. And as everyone knows, the mama bear is one of the strongest, most protective animals on the planet. And so I carry this tattoo proudly, and my 111s also as a woman spiritual leader. I carry that with honor and respect. We're going to take this back. We're going to take our people back. We're going to heal our people from all of these drugs and alcohol, domestic violence, everything. Like I said, this is 2020. It's time to have 2020 vision, not just the European way of 2020 vision, but our native way of vision is so important to us. And I think that's all I have to say.
The eagle dance that I did was given to me when I was a young boy, because when we say the eagle flies highest to the creator, you know, your messages, your stories. And that's why I tell the people, each one of these feathers on these wings represent you or somebody you may have needed to help heal or rebalance. And to me, you know, if you were to ask that eagle, hey eagle, what time is it? It's time to fly. It's time to fish. It's just time to be. it's a dance that is for everybody. It includes all nations, no matter what nationality, no matter what background, what gender. It's to me, it's a sacred dance. And it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the next generation. It belongs to the people that see it. You know, yeah, it's a part of me, and yeah, I love doing it. And yeah, it's something I look forward to. But that's what it is. It's for the people. Me, it's about everybody else. It's about the next generation. It's about the children that we don't even get to meet that we're related to. It's about the elders that we never got to meet that we're related to, but they're a part of us. As you said, that DNA, or as I always call it, that NDNA. Never forgets. Oh.
I feel that herbalism is basically the earth. You know, it's plant medicine, and our bodies are familiar with it. You know, we drink the tea that grows on the earth, and it's soothing, it's healing. You know, and the biggest part of herbal teas is water. So I believe it's not only the herbal plant medicine, but it's also the water that all of our bodies need. I'm going to talk about herbal teas today. That's what Sylvia and I talked about, is what I will touch on. For myself, being a meditation teacher, I use a lot of teas. I talk about tea because it's like communion with Mother Earth. When you're picking the herbs, the plant medicine, and then you ingest it, you know, it's like you're being a part of Mother Earth. And Stephen talking about rebalancing, I really feel like that's where we need to begin. We need to begin with that self-love, that nourishment, giving us ourselves that beauty and that natural medicine that Creator gave to us. to utilize for ourselves, our family. Because if you think about it, like the government and all these pharmaceuticals, they're giving us poison. They're giving us medication that can cause side effects, where we have all this beautiful medicine, growing all around us that we could utilize. So to me, medicine is not just a pill you take or tea that you drink, but it's also the way you think. It's also how you feel. And like Stephen's saying, we keep thinking about things over and over again, something bad that happened to us. And we have to heal that. We have to heal that. We have to find the lesson in why that happened and take the good from it and leave the bad. And really practice self-care, self-love, self-nourishment. Because again, we're teaching our children. So our children see what we do, our words, our thoughts, our actions, and they learn from us. We're their first teachers. So it's always important to be that good example, not only as a parent, grandparent, a aunt, an uncle, like also your nieces and nephews need good role models. And in indigenous communities, like how many of those role models do we have? Do we look for? I always feel like we all have that power and that ability to help grow up our leaders just by recognizing your youth and giving them some leadership. Give them that space to grow as a leader. As far as one of the jobs I do, which is teaching about the sacred tobacco, we do the 4 directions prayers. We offer the tobacco, and I'll teach the kids, but then I like to lead. I like them to lead. So I'll ask them, I'll say, which one of you are ready to lead all of us in a prayer? And some of them will be courageous and do it. Some are shy. And then if, they need help, then I'll step in. But I'm thinking, I'm not going to be on the planet very long, and we need to continue these traditions. So that's how you do it. That's how you keep your culture alive, is you have to start teaching the youth now, everything that your family has given to you, So for myself, it's herbalism, it's traditional foods. For Stephen, it's art. Like, he's a very good artist, so he taught our children art, beadwork. What else have you been taught them? Carving. Like just really having an eye for
Try my
things.
chicken recipe.
So like Stephen said, water. We forget how powerful water is, and when I was sundancing the very first time, it was hot. It was like 100 degrees. We had to dance sunrise to sunset. And the thing I thought about the most that kept coming into my mind was just an ice cube. Like how I didn't need a glass of water. All I wanted was an ice cube. And that was my lesson. Like, how valuable is just an ice cube to stay hydrated, to realize the value in that. And I really believe water is healing. I really believe the purity in it, and your prayers, you speaking your prayers into that water and you drinking that is medicine, And so our vibration, what comes out of our mouth, our intention, our love, our feelings, our thoughts, all of that has energy behind it. So energy follows thought. And I always think about that, and I always teach the kids, energy follows thought. So if you're having a negative thought, there's energy behind it, and it's going to create something bad. If you have a good thought, energy is behind that as well, and something good will come from that. So, we all are powerful. Creator gave us a strong heart. Creator gave us a strong mind. And it's like, how do we use that to create our lifestyle, create our family? How do we want, what is the lineage you want to leave for your family? You know, and I feel like this year, especially with Biden and Trump and Republicans and Democrats, like it really separated the country. And, you know, we can look at that as the bad example. Like that is like the biggest example you could get in selfishness and, you know, the ego right on the stage. But we can look at each other and go, you know, we're a tribe, we're a family, we're a community, you know, and it not even just indigenous, but all colors. So in my tribe, our prayer that we say is Mitakuye Oyasin. It means we are all related. So think about that. Like every time we send off the prayer to the universe, to Creator, it's we are all related. We are all related. We are all related. So that's my hope, is to see that in our country, to see that we all are related, that we all see each other through the eyes from our heart and not from our mind. Because, you know, our mind could take us someplace where we don't need to go, but we just come back to the center, come to the heart, and to just look at each other from the heart and see each other in that way. In my tribe, you know, when we go out into the community, any elders are grandparents. You know, any older male or female is our auntie or uncle. The little ones are our nieces and nephews. So if we can just go out into society and look at people out there in the supermarket, you know, like think of them like that's my uncle there, that's my auntie there. You know, maybe we can start dissipating this energy that's in the air in our communities. So that's a bit I want to share with you today about connecting with the earth, connecting with the herbal teas. One example is chamomile tea. Like, I don't know how many of you drink chamomile tea, but can you raise your hand if you do? Okay. And you realize how gentle and calming and peaceful that makes you feel? Like, that's where we want to be. And, you know, some people will ask me, they really want some strong herbal tea. Like, give me something, tell me something, give me some knowledge about some tea. And I'm like, chamomile tea, you know, because chamomile tea, they give it to babies. So it's so good for you. It helps babies peaceful at night, helps them sleep. Even in certain countries, they have everything for babies that is chamomile. So that's one thing I would like to share, is just like start, if you don't drink herbal teas, if you don't know much about herbalism, start with chamomile tea. And again, every plant has a spirit. Just like, sorry, I'll wait. And it's interesting because our city is like this. You know, it's busy, it's noisy, it's loud, and sometimes I want to go sit in my house and not hear all the busyness from the city, because it does affect you. It affects your nervous system. So chamomile tea actually will help calm your nervous system down. So that's something I want to share with you. And then to also remember that we're not just mind, body, and spirit. Like, we have so many bodies inside of us. We have our nervous system. We have muscles. We have bones. We have organs. Like, there's so many levels of our body. And my prayer is that they're all in balance. You know, like, please, Creator, keep all my bodies in me in balance and guide me to what keeps it in balance, you know, with people, places, and conditions and circumstances. So that's a great prayer to say every day, because then it kind of keeps you, balanced and guided. And we all have that intuition. Some of us just don't realize it, or maybe we don't rely on it. But it's so valuable to keep you safe. If you go into a room and you feel like, oh, I don't feel good for some reason in this direction, it kind of guides you in another direction. So really listen to that, because that's powerful, our intuition. And again, back to the missing and murdered Indigenous women, back to the traumas and, maybe the toxicity of drug abuse. Like, we have to start listening to ourselves, to the gentleness, just like we want to give to a baby. We have to start from there. That's the ground zero you want to start at. Like, how do you treat a baby? Let's start treating ourselves that way. Treat your family, treat your children, and that's the best baseline you can start at. And from there, that's where you navigate your life. Like, oh, this energy is too harsh. I don't feel comfortable, or I don't feel safe, or I don't feel good. So I'm going to get up and leave. We always have that right to leave a house, leave a store, leave a social event if you don't feel comfortable. And, that's my advice to all of you, is to just really, really pay attention to the inside versus the outside, and they'll keep you safe. So thank you, everybody, and thank you for inviting us. We're so happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you, Creator, for every single person that's here. Touch them from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet as they travel away from here. Give them that leniency of safe travels, whichever direction they go. Protect them. We put that silver light of protection around each and every one of you. Feel that love. Are you going to be able to move in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can sit in the middle if you want to.
You want to sit in the middle? You got to
Oh, I
sing.
want to draw attention to me.
So I'll start off the first one. There's 2 strong women's warrior songs. I'll do this one because the other one has kind of a controversy on the words. Both of these were blessed to us from the women of Canada, where this missing murdered Indigenous woman first started. And they said, take that song and go nationwide across Turtle Island. Every woman and man should know this song. Men sing too. We love to hear that voice, that protection. If you do not have a loved one, sing and protect your mother, your grandmother, your sisters, your aunties, even if they've crossed over. Like Sister Kathy was saying, our young ones. We were told, it kind of freaked me out when I heard it, but I carry my grandmother's eggs when I was born. My granddaughters carry my eggs. What a responsibility that is when that was told to me. Now I really understood the next 7 generations. It totally went over my head that that's what I was passing down, and with honor. So let's start this off. I sing this in a good way, Creator. If I mess it up, I apologize, but Creator guides my path.